For years, the beauty industry has been toxic, but it has reached enormous heights. Beauty standards are a set of cultural norms that dictate what's considered aesthetically pleasing. As of a result, people suffer from mental and physical disorders. This is no new knowledge, as this has been happening for years and is the main cause for these disorders. But now, the beauty industry has gotten to an extent where children are calling themselves ugly, and self-esteem issues are starting as young as 5 years old.
Children are constantly observing the world around them, and they learn the rights and wrongs and often are a reflection of their parents.
Parents might not realize that they are enhancing these beauty standards. Mandeline Lucas, a therapist, explains, "You might not even realize you're internalizing these social beauty standards, but they quickly become a part of how you perceive yourself and those around you. Perhaps you remember sitting at the dinner table reaching for that second piece of bread when a parent swats your hand away." She explains, "All of these actions are sometimes unintentionally communicating to us what a beauty standard is and what is necessary to achieve it."
I'm so ugly. What?
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. You are so pretty. You all shut up. Go in the room. When you look at yourself, you supposed to say, "I'm so pretty." You are so pretty. Do you hear me? You got the prettiest little dimples. You are too cute. Oh.
Beauty standards are becoming more and more toxic as the years go by and need to be fixed. A child development teacher at Olympus High tells her input.
When we focus on adjectives that describe all aspects of their beauty, their inner beauty as well as their outside beauty, that can be a start. So sitting down with your child and looking in the mirror and saying, "Oh, I love your smile," or, for my daughter, it's, "I love that you have 2 different colors of eyes," or "You are so strong, you just ran that far." Like focusing on those things that aren't necessarily that have to do with like makeup and hair and the color of their skin and things like that. Also, allowing them to play with toys that look like them. That can create some positive body image. There's lots of ways. Censoring their TV shows and commercials that they're watching. A lot of times I don't love commercials for kids because they learn what the commercial says, and sometimes they have a hard time distinguishing between an advertisement and the actual show. And so that can be a big thing, especially when they're young. Also just, exercising with them or eating with them, like just creating those positive experiences and using, again, those adjectives that describe all of their worth and highlighting their uniqueness and giving them compliments and all of those things. So I have a quote here in my classroom, and I'll actually read it. It says, speak to your children as if they are the wisest, kindest, most beautiful humans on earth. For what they believe is what they will become. And I really believe that as a parent. And so even though there's difficult days as a parent, just really trying to speak to my children like they are magical and that they mean so much to me, despite any of the flaws that they have. And loving your children unconditionally and making sure that you're vocalizing that as well as showing them that through affection, I think is really important. And parents can have a large impact on this, and I think the best way is by example. How are you treating your own body? Do you have a healthy relationship with food? Do you have a healthy relationship with exercise? Are you positive about exercise? Are you positive about the way you look? And sometimes that just means, like for me, putting on the bathing suit, even if I don't feel super confident in my body. I have 2 daughters, and I want them to know that I'm still willing to go out and do those things and use my body in the way that it can be used for fun and for recreation and for it's strong. And so sometimes, we go to the track together and just exercise. So I think parents can be that example. Also eating like a variety of foods and talking about food in a positive way, adding those positive adjectives when it comes to food and letting kids have choice in that. and just making it more about being overall healthy rather than looking a certain way. And so just focusing on those adjectives that describe the overall health of the body rather than what the body looks like.
Beauty standards aren't allowing these kids to be kids. The more this progresses, the less childhood children will have. As parents, they need to be more careful with the words they say and their actions, so they could bring back the child and childhood.